Hey, everybody, and welcome to Kame House Party for another week, the world's bestest and only improv comedy Dragon Ball watch-along podcast. And I am one of your hosts. My name is Vince.
I'm one of your other hosts. My name's Aaron.
And yeah, I said it before, but you're listening to Kame House Party. So if you didn't get that at the top, now you know. If you're joining us at the minute mark.
I would have... yeah, just skip through.
Fine, I'll skip right to it. Before we talk about this week's episode of Dragon Ball Z, we've got a little Kame housekeeping that we have to do at the top of every show to loosen or tighten our comedic muscles for whatever improv or scenes the conversation about the episode may draw out of our very being. And that first piece of Kame housekeeping is the world famous, very important now, UN sanctioned, and Olympic Committee approved 1 minute roundup trip sound. I'm reaching down to grab all my papers that I dropped.
Oh, I tripped over you as you were reaching down, sir.
Sir, you're not also reaching. I was hoping this could be like a meet cute.
Oh. No, I'm just, you stopped and you're stuck your big fanny out.
Well, I mean, I work on it. I wouldn't call it big.
Not the British version.
Thank goodness.
The US. I'm not vulgar.
I love that about you. See?
I will help you grab your papers that you did drop. Right.
Oh, I accidentally touched your hand. I hope that's okay.
I don't think you accidentally. You grabbed it firmly, and you're doing that thing where you take your thumb and rub it on the one knuckle.
Rub. Bub.
And scene. Rub. Get out of here. Look, if this was an improv, it would have worked, okay?
Yeah. If we were physically embodying those people, we would have made out in front of the entire audience. But we can't because this is an audio medium, and we kiss silently. Also, that improvised scene that we do at the top of every show, it feels good. It feels so good. And now that we have that out of the way, we can get into the 1 minute roundup proper, where I'm gonna get deadly serious. This time, one of us, Aaron, has 60 seconds to summarize everything that has happened in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z up until this point. That's over 351 episodes of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Pokemon, we are coming for that ass. And we are better rendered. Boom.
You got so serious. You were deadly serious and then got unserious.
Yeah, because I can't take Game Freak seriously.
You're telling me a Pokemon sounds like this?
I didn't know you had that.
What, chiptune noises?
Clip that, chat.
Guess who that was? I want to say it was a Bulbasaur of some kind.
That sounded like a squirrel to me.
I mean, it's a starter.
And Aaron, for you to get your starter on, I have to ask you this one question about the 1 minute roundup. Are you ready to round up?
Vince, I'm going to be honest. I'm not, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to push through.
The show must go on.
It must. And here we go. Because Dragon Ball is about 7 magic crystal balls. You collect them all. You get any wish you want. The show's about Goku. He's a guy. He was a boy. He did karate. He had a tail. He made all of his friends and lovers through karate. He beat up all of his enemies and made them friends through karate. He got married, had a kid.
Also true.
Turns out he's an alien from space. His brother killed him. He trains in the afterlife, gets stronger, comes back, kills more aliens, goes to another planet to get more Dragon Balls because they disappeared. He becomes a legendary Super Saiyan, defeats the strongest guy in the universe, comes back. Someone from the future is like, you're going to have a heart attack. He does, but he gets better. And then fights a bunch of androids. And then some weird, freaky time shit because there's one big android that's a bug that sucks up all the androids, becomes the baddest dude in the universe. Goku's like, I'm tired. My son's going to beat him. So Goku's son beats Cell, the bug guy. And now 7 years in, Goku's dead, by the way. And Gohan's in high school.
Woo!
Ooh.
Aaron, well done. That is over 25 truths and no lies detected.
Thank you.
And if you liked that 1 minute roundup and thought to yourself, I'd like to contribute to the show and do my own 1 minute roundup like so many viewers have and listeners have, then you can send that in the form of an MP3 to kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. That is kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. Send us in your 1 minute roundup. We'll play it on air and give you all the credit for doing some great work.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I'll take a FLAC file. Even.
Oh!
If you're an audio head and you want to send in a high quality digital file, we'll play it.
Oh my God. Somebody called title. You're about to eat their lunch. But we got MP3s. We got FLACs.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking waves?
I'll take a wave.
He'll take a wave, and I'll take us to our final piece of Kame Housekeeping, where I tell the listener that Aaron and I watched 2 different versions of the show. I watched the English subtitled version, the Funimation subtitled version, the funny dub, as they call it, while Aaron watches the original language, a Japanese version with English subtitles. I got all that in there, right? I didn't mess that up. Because comparing and contrasting is fun, and it adds to the conversation. And we're going to start the conversation about this week's episode with the title, which is usually the first difference. And Aaron, here it comes. Episode 102 of Dragon Ball Z, Gohan's First Date.
It's so close, Vince.
Oh.
It's so incredibly close. You might count it anyway.
Let's see.
Also, it's 202. But
is that not what I said?
I thought you said 102. Audience, tell me. I mean, I have no way to rewind.
Our rewind machine is broken.
Mm-hmm, yeah. We
didn't get a Switch 2 with Mario Kart World. We cannot rewind.
I can't even fast forward. I can only forward.
That's right.
1 second per second. But mine's very close. So for episode 202 of Dragon Ball Z, for the original Japanese, roughly translated is Gohan's frantic first date. 1 word off.
But with the alliteration that makes it twice as powerful as my title and therefore wins. That's a good title.
It is. I don't know if it's stressful.
Stressful. It gets frantic at a point.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the classic first date where you got 2 dates going on.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I mean? Where you're
Gohan's not that smooth.
Gohan is not that smooth. Even Chi-Chi knows it.
She's like, he can barely handle 1.
But that's giving away exactly what this episode's going to be about, which is absolutely fine because we're going to get right into it. I want to hit the announcer highlight.
Okay. Ooh, yes.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna say the quote. You're gonna tell me how you feel about it.
Okay.
Here it is. over a supercut of like everything that happened in the last episode. And when a hijacked bus went over a cliff, it was time for a new superhero to spring into action. That's right. This bus stops here. That is the reaction I wanted from you.
This bus, not the bus.
Right? I had to rewind this line a few times to make sure that they did the thing that they shouldn't have. That's right. This bus stops here. Is that an over edit? Is that a voiceover issue? Is the announcer like in the booth just like, guys, this doesn't work?
First of all, the saying is the buck stops here.
Gohan never stopped a buck.
This buck. I would have preferred like this bus is for you, as in this bud is for you. I thought
Gohan ran late for a bus. He better go catch it.
Gohan, did you know your bus is running?
I mean, that's kind of what this feels like. That's kind of, you nailed it. That's exactly whatever that is. It's not like there's like a huge bit in Archer in one season where there were pirates and Archer was trying to explain idioms to a local population and the translator was like, they don't understand idioms. and then the translator said an idiom in the language and the native speaker was just like, oh, and Archer just goes, see? It probably shot him in the leg.
Probably. Hey, that Archer.
Oh, H. John Benjamin before he became Bob.
Mm-hmm.
You see they imprisoned that man's voice? He can only do Bob now.
That's what he said. I know. I'm just like, what?
He needs another job.
Get him out of there.
Yeah.
You got to bring back Wet Hot American Summer again.
Do it. Wet Hot American Summer 3?
They had 2 TV shows. And so yeah, just do another movie.
Yeah, just do another movie. Hotter, wetter.
My head's like a shark's fin.
Say what?
My head is like a shark's fin.
You gotta make me take off my hat on this podcast. I can't do it. But they can already see where my hairline starts today.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, they can see where my hairline starts every day, baby.
Because it's gorgeous.
Oh.
So that's my announcer highlight. I think we thoroughly covered it. That we are confused and delighted that it's in there in both ways. You still get the great music. We got a power.
I do. It still rules. It's gonna rule for 100 episodes.
It's gonna rule for. We're never gonna get. You're never gonna get tired of it because I never get to hear it.
Just play it. Just play it over.
I did this week. I started it in subtitled so I could hear. Ooh, we got a power.
You gotta. It's so good.
It makes me happy. Just like Aaron watching Gohan do poses for his little brother Goten in his great Saiyaman outfit. Trying to get his like intro and all his like little quirky things just right.
Yeah, I think from this, the little detail that I pulled is that I feel like this is Goten's room, unless they share a room, which is... But I did see someone is a fan of whatever this universe's Godzilla is.
Oh, I did not catch this.
There is a cheapy Godzilla poster in the background, which I'm a little upset about because Toei, you have a perfectly good kaiju of your own. Gamera, the giant turtle, the friend to children. You can't. Who's appeared in fucking Dragon Ball?
I was gonna say Gamera appeared in like episode 6.
Maybe that's why, because they're in. Maybe that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Gamera is not a movie star in this. He's a real turtle that has to do shit for
Gamera's a working man. He's in the same union as Roshi's friend Turtle.
Yeah, do you think Turtle, when way back when Roshi rode Gamera, do you think Turtle's like, what the fuck is this? Roshi?
Oh, Turtle! Hey, sorry,
Hey.
I'm a bit dizzy. You could say I'm a bit shell shocked.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Gamera. Leave, bitch. What are you hanging out with other turtles for?
It's not. You weren't around. I needed to get somewhere, and I lent Nimbus out to that little boy scamp Goku.
That's true. Goku's a kid. Currently.
At this time, he's a child.
Look, logic follows. He'll be an adult at some point. But anyway.
And so will that Bulma.
Oh, boy. At least you recognize she's a child during this time.
Come on, Turtle. I'm a pervert, not a pedophile.
Good. I'm glad we made that distinction.
A thin, wet line.
And scene.
And scene. And scene. I told people in my office that I do a podcast.
Oh, you're showing ass for him?
Showing ass. Call me Ice Spice because I was showing ass in this. How quickly we all forgot Ice Spice.
And her da-da-da.
And her da-da-da and her rah.
I don't know. What did happen? She's still making money.
She's still making money, but she ain't making hits the same way
That's
she was
true.
making hits.
Aaron,
I think the kids will say it's because she ain't thick no more. She got famous, got money, and started eating healthy.
No. I'll tell you this not on the podcast.
Okay. You can tell me that not on the podcast.
But I can tell you a certain. But so speaking of someone who's never gonna go on Ozempic, Chi-Chi comes in.
Hell yeah.
She's like, "Hey, go to fucking bed." She says it nicely.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's just happy that her boys are hanging out. So I get the feeling she's like, hey, did you find a pose? Okay, cool. Go to bed because you're going to be late for school. Because you're going to be late for school is the main impetus. Smash cut too.
Smash cut. Gohan's late for school. So he jets off in his superhero in the Great Saiyaman uniform so he can make great time. Lands on the roof, detransforms, is rushing to the door when he notices there's a young redheaded woman who's been there the whole time.
Staring right at him. Doesn't say a word.
She doesn't say a word in yours.
I don't think so. Go. I think Gohan's just like, excuse me. But I don't think she says
they
anything.
have like a moment there, like they let that linger in the dub with some probably ADR where she's like, "Hey, aren't you're in my English class?" And Gohan's like, "I am in your English class. Aren't we late? Okay, gotta go. Bye."
No, none of that.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling there are going to be some big differences between the conversations between the two young star-crossed lovers.
I do have it in my notes. Is this Pizza's daughter?
This could be Pizza's daughter.
Personal Pan?
And that's where Gohan got the name. Because we know that Dragon Ball dudes name their daughters after people they had relationships with.
Her first name is not Pizza or Pan.
No.
But it could be the last name.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Surname.
We got to keep talking about this episode to find out.
So they go to class. She comes in. And then Gohan is so distraught during class. He's like, the main thing is that this girl saw me transform. She knows I'm the great Saiyaman. Is she gonna tell people? Is my cover blown? Am I gonna? He's so neurotic. He's super worried. The teacher, who was a new teacher, I think we're just getting a new teacher every episode.
Yeah,
it feels like
different teacher,
or palette swapped at least. He's like, "Hey, can you read out loud?" And Gohan does not pay attention. The teacher gets mad and sends him outside. And the punishment is you have to stand outside and you got to hold 2 buckets of water. Did you ever have to do this?
No. Wow. Did you have to do this?
I did not have to do that. No.
Okay.
This seems insane to me.
It would be one thing if Gohan was, and he does talk in the middle of class, like do an outburst, and like, hey, you're being unruly, go stand outside of class and hold these for 15 minutes. No, I don't think I ever had to do anything quite like that. I was embarrassed thoroughly by a math teacher for like, I think he had said multiple times, like to other people, like, hey, don't stop throwing your trash into the trash bin from your desk. Like, just go over and walk. And it was like the end of class.
None of you have game. Don't even try.
And I just absentmindedly just like threw it. And he was like, and I missed. He goes, Vince, you got one more chance. If you miss it again, you get detention. I was like, what? And so now everybody's looking at me and I have to do this. And of course I miss. And then I freak out because I'm like, I'm going to get detention for this? For this? And I think you could see that I was getting like a little bleary eyed because like I got to go home, tell my mom I missed a fucking paper shot. I got detention. Probably was going to be my first detention. And then he was like, hey, like he took me aside as everybody was leaving. He's like, I'm not going to give you detention. Just don't do what everybody else does, okay?
I mean, that's good advice.
Good advice. See, I made it a nice teacher story because he was a nice teacher, Mr. Silver.
That's good. It should have been. It was, yeah. No notes of that story, but also like the fact that he gave you the fact that he's like gave you a second chance.
Yeah, he's that kind of guy though. He was the soccer coach. Not everybody liked him as a soccer coach.
That's why he hated basketball.
Huh?
That's why he hated basketball.
Yeah.
You can kick it in there all day.
Vince, you and me are diametrically opposed. Okay, kiddo? I don't care how decent you are at algebra. You should be kicking balls, not shooting hoops. But I do want to get back to the teacher. Because as we've had like a revolving door of teachers, each one of them has had an interesting vocal fry or trait.
Okay.
The first teacher was literally just an asshole who was like almost the Bueller-ish kind of guy, like one note. Oh, I have
clear
contempt
eyes
for my students. Oh, wow. The history teacher that taught us about Hercule was very much, and class, when Hercule did this. Now, the English teacher has a full-on Southern drawl.
Oh, shit.
And says this. Now, class, what did Thoreau mean when he said, the mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation?
They're not doing any of that. I think they're reading some random ass story. I thought about taking notes on what they were reading in class, but I'm just like, oh, this is like a story that they're just all reading.
It seems like your version is exactly what it should be. They're discussing Thoreau.
Thoreau? That loser who couldn't hold a job.
Got him. Suck at American authors.
That was like his parents' land.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to fucking work. Hey, I get it. If I could pull that scam, 100% every day. But this fucker was like,
I knew Thoreau would bring this out of him.
just
Henry David, you cuck.
Fuck him. Respect for the game. Because instead of just saying, I don't want to work at a pencil factory, this clothes smoking son of a bitch said, today I made the perfect pencil, so there's no need for me to do this anymore. I believe that was Thoreau. Audience can correct me.
I think you're right. This will be a great call for non-Dragon Ball related KHP research.
What is the Venn diagram of like American literature?
Sure.
I mean, again, apocryphal, who knows, but like, fuck this guy. Fuck, I'm saying it right here, right now. I think also like Clinton. Here's other reasons why.
Yeah. Give it to us. Give it to him.
I think Clinton, that was his like smooth gift. He would give people Walden. I think he gave Monica Lewinsky a copy of Walden, just like, hey, I'm old. I'm the president mature. Hey, wait, no, I'm just doing George W. in that. That was Texas, not Arkansas. But regardless, Thoreau fucking sucks.
So we've covered the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Gohan's in the hall. He calls on another student who happens to be our redheaded girl who's crushing on Gohan at this point. She's been staring at him all class. When the teacher reprimands her, she starts to cry. And then he's like, well, go stand in the hallway then. And then she's like, okay, great.
No, this is part of her plan.
It's all part of her ploy.
We find out she's named Angela.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes out next to Gohan. I don't think Gohan's that tall. I think she is incredibly short.
I had a feeling that we were going to discuss Gohan's height in this episode because, like, I'm standing there. I'm watching. I'm standing there. I'm in the hall with them.
You're being a dad. I'm not sitting down.
Oh, you know me too well.
What's this? I'm crossing my arms for people not watching the video.
Of course. And I stand there. I got my Topo Chico. I'm like, oh, what's this? Is that Trixie Mattel? Was this Drag Race? The house that Rue built?
Come back 5 minutes later.
I knew Thundercock was not going to make it past the design challenge.
So you're watching this episode?
Oh, yeah. I'm watching this episode. I'm like, is Gohan tall? Is Gohan low-key taller than his dad at this point? But the answer is no. Everybody around him is just real short.
Was he taller than Vegeta when they met last episode? I want to say yes.
Yes.
Comparable?
I think taller than Vegeta, but maybe not taller than Goku. Because as we know, the Saiyans are short kings.
They are short, but we'll see.
Everybody except Broly, who happens to be like 7 foot tall.
So she starts bombarding him with all these questions. Hey, do you have a girlfriend? Gohan's response is not exactly. Weird thing to fucking say for a guy without a girlfriend.
Yeah. What? Keep going.
She cries. She's like, oh, I knew it. Then she's like, well, if you basically said, hey, if you don't want me to reveal your secret, you got to go on a date with me.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Gohan agrees, she's got this in the back fucking pocket. She's like, cool. So Sunday, meet me at Satan Station. A very funny thing to say. At 10 a.m. Okay, bye.
Why don't they say that stuff in mine? She just says, meet me at the train station at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Not meet me at Satan. God damn it. Why live and set everything in Satan City when nothing gets called Satan this and Satan that?
That's confusing, though. Hey, that's like, I live in Pittsburgh. Meet me at Pittsburgh Station. I don't think there's one, but
Yeah. You're not living in a bustling metropolis like New York City. Where there's so many stations.
Satan Station is just fun. It's a fun thing. Satan Station.
Satan Station. Satan Station.
Station.
You're listening to Satan Station.
Ooh. K666.
Yeah. Music to sin through.
Next up is Motley Crue. Shout at the devil.
Coming up after that, we've got 2008, Tyler, the Creator.
Then Kendrick just saying Lucy a bunch.
And then that one song that's like, I'm going to give you hell. Where's your picket fence, love?
You rarely do, I'll say it, a white person voice. So what a delight of like this mid 2000s. I'm like,
There's a pocket. Hey, there's a reason why I hung around improv scene for so long. I can find the pocket. Oh, Flaming Lips.
Oh, fuck. You got my little ass. Look, if they do improv, they're white and they got a flannel shirt, this motherfucker has listened to Flaming Lips. Exhibit A.
Oh, what gets me all the time is if I can do a Vampire Weekend pull, that really throws him for a loop.
Just look, you're just belting out Mr. Brightside.
Memory, get you into the sea. A lot of credit to my boy Ryan. He was a punk through and through. He got me into that music.
Nice.
That and Guitar Hero is why I like 80s metal. God, I love Journey. But we got to go our separate ways from talking about music.
But, well, it seemed like that Gohan said some different things in your, aside from Satan Station, anything that wasn't exact from your version.
She doesn't, like, Gohan doesn't really get too much out when she's like, do you have a girlfriend? Are you dating anybody? Blah, 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 blah. Gohan's just like, and she just goes, I knew it. And then threatens him with blackmail.
Okay.
Yeah. So not too many different, like the only specific is like the vagueness around the station.
There's only one. Meet me there.
And it's weirder. It was, now thinking about it, like not having context, I was like, where are they? Because Gohan has to fly 5 hours to get there. Like, I don't know does she live in the city?
That's true. He's got to go early. So on the way home, he's thinking like, I've never been on a date. I don't know what to do. Why better ask my mom? And then we get a little, it's not a scene we've seen before. It's a new lore drop because Chi-Chi reminisces on her and Goku's first date. And they're just little tykes when this happens. She's like, hey, you should take me out on a date. And Goku's like, what's that? And Chi-Chi goes, quote, a date is the most enjoyable thing a boy and a girl can do. And then Goku's like, oh, enjoyable. Okay. And just, bam, starts swinging.
I think they swap enjoyable for pleasurable in mine.
Worse.
Because I think the line that Chi-Chi is like, because Goku's like, all right, well, a date, what do we do? And she's like, oh, well, it's the boys' thing to choose the most pleasurable thing for us to do. And that's when Goku goes, oh, ha.
But they both love it. They're having a good time fighting. And as the flashback dissolves back, Chi-Chi says, quote, Goku's right jab from back then is even now engraved upon my heart.
That is so cute.
Aww.
I wrote in my notes, like, the fighting is extremely cute. I think there was one line that Chi-Chi, because Gohan's like, I have to go on this date. And she's like, have to? And he goes, yeah, she's kind of blackmailing me.
Oh, wow.
And Chi-Chi goes, huh, I wasn't smart enough to do that back in the day. And I was like, Chi-Chi, girl, you got it. Chi-Chi always had it.
Chi-Chi supports gatekeep gaslight girl boss.
Gatekeep gaslight girl boss. GGG.
That's above the mantle.
Let me see those G's in chat.
But yeah, it was a very cute fight and story. This does not help Gohan.
Nope.
I think he knows well enough. Is like, I don't think I can fight her.
I don't think she's strong enough.
It's like, maybe if we go in the hyperbolic time. Imagine oh my God, this is like a horror scenario. But if things were moved a little slightly of like, Gohan's like, oh, I should fight in a date. Mm-hmm. She's not strong enough. If we go in the time chamber, she will be. Shove.
She touches the searing white void. Oh, it burns! It burns and it's freezing at the same time. I can't move.
He opens the door the next day. It's a skeleton with a wig.
Because there's no wind. It can't even blow around like a tumbleweed.
No. It's like, well, problem solved.
Perfect, because we can cut right to commercial.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
Andrew, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Marn. So I'm playing through an alternate reality game, and there's a number station puzzle that we just can't solve.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I tried everything else, and I figured that the best way to solve it would be to get into its head and think like a number station. I've been saying numbers into microphones for hours.
Okay, well, I think I have a better idea.
What's that?
You could just listen to the Argonauts podcast. Every 2 weeks, I can let you know the ins and outs of old args and give you a deep dive on how they were created.
Do you think we could have a nuanced discussion about game-making philosophy and how cultures around games have changed as well?
Yeah, and you can definitely continue to fail to solve old args along the way.
Well, it sure would be cool if that was a podcast you could find among with a bunch of other great shows over on the Moonshot Network.
You know, it sure would.
Well, cool. Thanks for the invite. Anyways, I'm going to get back to this, though. 23, 19.
Okay.
Oh my God, the next day is here, and guess what? Gohan was not running late for this one. I wonder why.
He slept at the train station, so he'd be on time.
There were points in my life where I was so concerned about being late. I don't think I'd camp out overnight, but I would show up for especially when I was doing job interviews from Delaware to the city, I would get here a couple hours early. Bring it.
Oh, sure. No, for 100% on that. When it's
hot, bring a change of shirts.
When it's an hour commute.
Oh, it was 3. It's 3, man. But look, Gohan's commute, maybe 15 minutes when he's flying as fast as he can, but he meets Angela at the designated time and place. She pulls a Chi-Chi. Well, what are we doing? Huh? What are we doing? And then they go to a movie. The movie is a classic drama.
So, as far as the approach in your episode, is she just asking him what to do? What we're going to do? See, in mind, she's got this planned out. Wow, she's the one who's like, we are going to. So does Gohan and yours suggest they go to a movie?
He's like, I don't know. Let's maybe go see a movie. She goes, great idea.
No. that completely changes her character. Because in mine, she's like, hey, we're doing this. Let's go. She is, as we come to find out, we'll find out later, but like, this is not her first date, obviously.
This is not her first date, absolutely. So it's after the movie scene where Gohan can be seen falling asleep during the romantic climax.
Yes.
Angela gets upset, storms off, makes a big scene, and Gohan, like the male character in the film who got slapped across the face for being too much of a man. Gohan is like, Angela, no, wait, come on, wait.
Tony Dan, can you do it in a Tony Danza voice?
Do I know Tony Danza voice?
I don't just Who's the Boss? So I'm just like, Angela was the main character in Who's the Boss. Who's not Tony Danza? I forget the actress's name. Sorry.
I don't know if I watched Who's the Boss that much.
That's fine. You know what? It's an old show for old men.
I can give you a Bernie Mac show.
Yeah. What Bernie Mac would say?
Who's the man? I'm the man. Yo, healthy black man. Ooh. Damn, I'm good. I miss Bernie Mac.
Oh.
I miss him like crazy.
I know.
Just like we
need
miss
him now
Goku
more than ever. You're telling me that Goku's not up there bothering Bernie Mac, ruining his cars?
I said, shut up, Goku. I don't care about you coming wave.
Oh, come on, Bernie. Let's just cook me another meal.
I ain't cooking you, Jack.
No,
you do
Goku.
come up in my house. Come up in my house. Then, why don't you make me some food, huh? Huh, Mr. Mac? Make Goku some food. Why don't you make like a bitch?
Goku. That's why Goku leaves. Like, I can't stand foul language.
Hold on, Goku. I didn't mean it like that.
I'm out of here.
Whew. Thank God he didn't. I don't have anything for this.
You did it. You look. You can rest now. You did. You did what you needed to do.
I gave you a 90s to 2000s father figure on TV.
So at this point, Gohan quickly apologizes. Angela turns on a dime. She's like, okay, we're going to go to a coffee shop now. And I'm curious what your version of this is in mine.
Gohan's a sniveling little worm. He's like, I'm sorry, Angela. It was boring.
Oh, he doesn't say that. He's just like, Gohan's very transparent and about his intentions of like, I'm doing this so you don't fucking squeal on me.
Oh, it takes. I don't think he ever says that to her, but yeah. So outside of the movie theater, Gohan's like embarrassed and sad and sorry. He's like, "How can I make it up to you? Take me to coffee." So she is playing him in mind.
Yeah,
but she lets Gohan think he's in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Take notes, ladies, gentlemen, and theys and thems.
In my notes, I did write, she's just training his ass.
Date training.
At the coffee shop, in mine, Angela is like, so it's customary for the boy to ask how many sugars the girl wants. And so Gohan's like, oh, how many sugars do you want? She goes, 13.
That's the same.
Okay.
That's the friggin' same.
This explains so much.
No wonder she's got so many ideas.
I mean, if you look at that versus a frap, probably about the same amount of sugar.
Same amount of sugar. Anything you get at the Starbucks. Same thing. And it's lavender. Remember when Starbucks killed people with caffeinated tea? Or lemonaded? Lemonade? Lemonaded?
Was that
lemonade.
Panera? No, that was Panera.
That was
Right?
Panera?
I
Yes,
wanna
it
say
was Panera.
Yeah.
Panera's charged
murdered a
lemonade. Oh, man.
So I don't. I mean, it's fucking hospital food.
Sometimes hospital food could be good.
It can be sometimes.
Sometimes the hospital food hits.
When it was reasonably
Mhm.
priced, the pick two.
Oh, the pig too.
That got me through a lot
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in a bread bowl.
A lot of basketball bus trips. Morning. Hey, you guys good with Panera? Yeah. We'd love McDonald's. Yeah, I bet you would. My coach was from Pittsburgh, so he said, and no pop. He wouldn't let us drink soda.
Okay.
He's a good man.
Yes. But you kids, you can have a little. They're not feeding you Capri Suns right before a game to get you hyped up.
No, Aaron, actually, caffeine is a banned substance in the NCAA. They could test you
What?
for it. Actually, no, they
Really?
can't test you for it. But if it's in the locker room, you can get in trouble for it. A ref, or not a ref, my assistant coach at the time saw me slamming a Red Bull before going out.
Mhm.
And he goes, hey, you can have that. Just don't bring it into the gym on game day. He's like, don't do it. Because if a ref wants to take a look at our our locker room for any reason and he sees that, then we could get in trouble. And we could all
That's
get
insane.
He's like, and all you guys could get tested for stuff. So
I didn't know. Wow.
back in 2009, I doubt that's the same because they got name, image, and likeness rights. So you got to be able to bring your charged prime into the locker room because you get paid to.
Because you got to vape, baby. You need
You
that
gotta
geek bar.
vape. Gotta vape. There's no future after this. I'll be damned if I'm caught at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
During their coffee moment, in mine, I believe she's just like, she makes reference of like, hey, your outfit was, she's like, I think Gohan breaches like, hey, just to make sure you're not going to tell anyone. She's like, no, I'm not going to tell anyone about your secret. I thought it was cute though. How long have you been doing it? And he's just like, oh, I just, wear it whenever I need to. Very, very vague of what they're talking about.
The differences in this episode continue to grow in this conversation because in mine, Gohan's like trying to nudge it out of her. And like Angela is saying like, oh, I know about your secret. I'm bad at keeping secrets. Mind if I tell my friends? And Gohan's like, no, you can't tell your friends. But in mine, she never like leans into like it's an outfit thing.
Yeah, okay.
So they play the final moment at like they really want you in the dark until the very final moment.
Yeah.
Where it is revealed.
That's even worse. If she's like, can I tell my friends? I'm like, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Considering the ending that we'll reveal shortly.
Which we will reveal after they leave coffee to go to a third location when they notice a building is on fire and then they go check it out. Gohan wants to go check it out because he wants to be a hero and help and complicate this date ever more. Who shows up at the building on fire? Videl with her crew. Now we get a full scope of Videl's crew.
Yeah.
Not only does she have a helicopter guy that she hires to get her from point A to point B, in trying to find a way to stop the fire because the helicopter guy won't land to get the people off of the roof, she calls into some guy on the computer.
Yes.
And is like, oh wait, do I have this? Oh, she's like, hey, get a scan of the roof for me. Take a look at this water tank. Does it have enough water to put out the fire? It just cuts to a guy with a mic and a headset. All right, I'm scanning. And then we see vector drawings of the building. He's like, Vidal, that water tank will help, but it won't put out the fire fully. Vidal then lands on the roof. She has to do something. Mm-hmm. She goes, turn the valve to give them enough time to escape. But it's hot. It's too hot for her to handle. At this point, back on the ground, Gohan is like, hey, Angela, I gotta go. Like, thinking that she understands exactly why. Yeah. And she was like, well, Gohan, don't get hurt. Like, what are you doing? And she's none the wiser. Gohan transforms, saves Vidal, punches a hole through the water tank. Turns out it is enough water to put out the
that dork was
fire.
Wrong.
Yeah, that Vidal needs to hire better people. Something that her father probably would do. I was drawing a lot of comparisons to Vidal as a leader versus her father, where like Vidal is competent, cool, and collected. Only wants to help people, but like Hercule, hires the wrong people around her to get the job done. Well, other than that helicopter pilot who seems rad.
He's also just like, I can't go down further.
Yeah.
That's just that's a good pilot.
That's a good pilot.
Knows the limits. It's I mean, these people, I imagine all these folks are hired by Hercule.
Mm-hmm. They're on Hercule's payroll.
Yeah. If you're going to fight crime, you need 100 people backing you up.
See, this is how you get around all those tricks.
You need analysts.
You need fact checkers, Vidal. Vidal, community notes. Not on me. No notes on Satan.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm verified before you had to buy it.
I was doing ZZ TV talk shows before it was cool.
Rogan still won't have me back.
And I said good riddance. Ha 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 ha.
Me and Jamie still keep in touch though. He's a good dude. I tried to bring him over to the organization. But he's
loyal. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I respect the hell out of that.
I even tried to get Howard Stern's whack back. Loyal to a fault.
Hey, Vidal, Baba Booey.
Aw, Dad.
It's funny.
It's lame.
Classic joke.
Like that great Saiyan man.
Who?
Scene.
See.
So
Hercule has no clue.
He's got no clue. He's in that gym 24/7, just watching the men, watching the men sweat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gohan. The water is enough. It's a pretty elaborate. They put there's a lot of new stuff in this episode, and they put a lot of work into showing how just massive that water tank was.
They luxuriate in this water flowing from floor to floor, putting out fire after fire, multiple minutes. It feels like when we cut to Gohan sneaking around down on the ground from like fire truck to fire truck, it seems like he let 20 minutes go by.
It seems like a lot of time, but like you said, he is sneaking around. Vidal's back on the ground. She clocks Gohan. It's like, wait a minute, what are you doing here? It's like, what are you hiding? And Gohan's like, And then, I mean, you get a little bit of a 2-date situation.
Right.
Because Angela runs up, crying her little eyes out. It's like, oh, I knew you had a girlfriend, so I'm going to spill the beans.
Yeah.
And then tell me what happens in yours, because before she says the secret, she leans into Videl, puts the hand up for a whisper. She's like, Gohan is, and then in the middle, interrupting her, Gohan just screams.
Yep. he gets a bit, like, they animate his head larger than it usually is. It's off model. And he just goes, ah, until they stop talking. And then she goes back to say, so Gohan's secret is, and he just goes, ah.
It is, what? You're a genius.
He ain't got them street smarts. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true. Look, Goku had fighting smarts. That's it. Gohan,
Gohan's got nothing.
book smart.
He's he's book
And
smart.
fighting
He's book smart and Rizless. Goku almost laid down that snake princess in the other world.
Goku had a look. He's a himbo. I think we can confirmed.
Check.
Big heart, dumbass. I forget. Hey. There's a saying in the himbo community. I forget it.
I mean, his ass it's stupid tight.
But yeah, Gohan just he's a nervous wreck.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of anxiety. I don't know where he got it. I don't know where in the world Gohan became anxious about, I don't know, his life or his family or the universe.
Or is easily intimidated by the fairer sex. I wonder where that came from.
Yeah. Or his grades. And certainly being whipped by a tutor.
Yeah, that definitely did something. I can't quite put my finger on it.
So
because it's a huge red whelp.
Ouchie. Gohan runs out of breath, I guess, because Angela is able to spill the beans. And we cut to a flashback of Angela. I guess it was that baseball game day. Mm-hmm. She's just casually walking by the boys' locker room, sees the doors open, takes a little peek, and it looks like Gohan is wearing little teddy bear underwear. There's just a little bear on his butt.
There's a bear on his butt.
He's Charmin.
He's charming and charming.
And that's the secret of just like, he wears teddy bear underwear, which in high school terms is kind of bad.
It's bad. It's bad news, man.
You don't want that. You don't want that out there.
You couldn't get away with any, especially in my school. You couldn't get away with like barely a fucking design on your underwear. You got to change for PE class. Oh, look, Vince likes boats. It's underwear I didn't buy for myself. Leave me alone.
Kid? Okay, if you're a kid listening to this, I know you're out there, you weirdos. We love you. But if anyone makes fun of your underwear, just be like, who here is buying their own underwear? And if you are, you're the freak.
You're 11.
Why are you buying underwear?
You're telling me you're going to Kohl's and buying your own underwear?
You're a Maxinista? Explain this. You're 13, Jerry.
Oh, but I get my shirts at H. I don't care about your fucking shirts, Jerry. Where do you buy your underwear?
Taking a teen Uber to American Eagle. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
But yeah,
if only I could be that kid.
The confidence.
The confidence.
Of
or the confidence to be a real... I wrote in my notes, Angela, a real freak for looking at the boys' locker room like that.
That's it. It's like, she does blush after seeing it. But it's like, no, she stuck her snoot right in that crack.
There's no way. There's no way you weren't leaning.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Both hands up. Pressed against.
It's condensation because she's breathing so hard.
leaving a greasy cheek mark on the door. It was right after lunch.
It's right after lunch. Can't blame her for that, I guess.
But one of my notes is okay, no, because the next thing that happened. So Vidal.
I'm going to Aaron before you start. I'm going. We've talked about a lot of differences this episode. Maybe one for the record books.
Okay.
This may be what we're about to get into. I think contextually it has to be the biggest difference. So go ahead.
Okay.
Biggest difference in the episode. Coming at you.
So I think if I go by the order of events, the secret is revealed. Gohan is like, wait, that's the secret? I thought you saw me up on the roof the other day. Angela goes, no, I didn't have my contacts in. Were you on the roof?
I am flabbergasted. Aaron, I can't believe I've been proved so wrong. Here is the line. And I quote from Angela. Oh, then I didn't have my contacts in. Were your pants down yesterday too?
Here's the thing. Why are you putting your contacts in at school? On the
Why
roof?
don't you have them in?
How'd you get there?
How did you recognize him? If our vision was so bad she couldn't see from the stairwell to the edge of the roof, how? Homegirl is blind.
She's Mr. Magooin. No wonder she wants 13 sugar. She has to see it to believe it.
She got to see it to believe it. Her eyes run on sugar. Those purple eyes run on sugar.
Have a carrot.
Oh my God. And then, Aaron, that's crazy. It's the exact same excuse.
That's the thing they keep.
I thought based on how this episode went, I thought in yours she was going to say, like, oh, when I saw you on the roof, you weren't there the whole time. I was waking up from a nap when I saw you. Like just something like, oh, my eyes were closed, or I was playing a hide and seek. Anything.
The context thing does seem very Western. I know we talked about watching these on bootleg way before they were broadcast. I kind of remember the line being about cosplay. But I could be wrong. I don't know if that comes in. I don't know if someone makes a cosplay reference later on. And again, fan translation.
Right.
Wild goddamn West.
Absolutely.
Desperado.
But I am so, like, I'm exhausted now because I was so wrong. But here, this is going to bring us back.
Okay.
Because after Angela says, oh, then I didn't have my contacts in. Were your pants down yesterday? Vidal says, Gohan, I thought you were a nice boy. Keep your pants on. Or else.
Or else what? Vidal's like, hey, don't start something you can't finish, bud.
Vidal radios to her guy on the computer. Hey, scan this chud.
Scan this chud for a chode.
All right, Vidal. Scans are showing he's Rizless. Get out of there, Vidal.
No, there must be some sort of Riz we can use.
Cross-checking. Vidal, I've done a UV infrared scan. There's so little Riz. It's making me mad. Vidal, get out of there.
Oh no, his computer explodes. George, no.
She said, Gohan, I thought you were a nice boy. Keep your pants on, or else. And leaves.
She's just like, ew, teddy bear underwear. And he's like, my mom bought it, and it was laundry day.
Open and shut case, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm just like, yes. There,
but that's how the date ends.
I have a second thing to tell you off the air.
All right,
because it's not my story to tell. If it was, I'd tell you in the audience in a heartbeat. But anyway.
Well, Aaron, I'll save you some time because that is the end of the date, not the end of the episode, because we get an epilogue to this. Gohan, worried about Angela's feelings, wants to apologize to her for upsetting her and going on a bad first date. They walk into class, he walks into class only to see her leaning in, same way she leaned into Gohan, blushing, talking to a new boy, saying, "That's my astrological sign too."
Interesting, because she's very forward and saying like, "Hey, I've liked you for a long time."
That's even worse.
Long being a day, I guess.
She's certifiable teenager to love so hard.
Gohan did you do need to fight on your date. Chi-Chi's absolutely right.
And did in yours she also say like, "Oh, you're a much cooler boy than the last guy I dated. He wore teddy bear underwear. He was a real wimp."
What?
Yeah.
No. Oh, wow. Wear teddy bear underwear.
You know what? I'm getting a prop because what I need.
Okay.
Aaron.
Vince is standing up. He's showing off the
You
games.
can hear all my bones cracking because I'm old. I need an Angela figure, like my launch figure. I want Angela putting in a contact,
holding up a pair of teddy bear undies.
Mm-hmm.
This is you can have a little bear. I imagine the bear is to hide streaks.
It's brown for a reason. Kodiak. Kodiak Jack.
Yeah, it's for his dip. But that's it. Gohan can do the same thing we've done this episode. He can't do anything but laugh.
Yep.
That's
I guess that's what love and loss is all about. He doesn't say that, I just say. But that's it. That's the end of the episode.
That is Gohan's going to be known as a bear wearing freak for the rest of his high school career.
A bare bootied freak. That's what Gohan is.
His bare bottom.
He's a wimp who can jump 25 feet in the air. Doesn't know how to hit a baseball bat.
The Spider-Man comparisons are going down because Spider-Man and Peter Parker pulled.
Oh my God.
An insane amount.
Almost as if the writers were overcompensating in some way, shape, or form.
He's a nerd and every girl likes him.
He's a nerd with a huge dick. He just doesn't know it yet. That's what Uncle Ben really meant.
Stanley. This is writing Spider-Man.
Excelsior.
Stan, these are children's comics. You can't have Parker getting a hand job in the back of his
Why
head.
Not?
Even as
his
Spider-Man
web shooters are organic.
I told you they're not going to be organic till the late 90s, early 2000s.
I can't wait that long. I want him to thwip from every orifice.
Look, you said you'd compromise on the butt spinnerets.
Yes.
They just come from his wrist. That. Nowhere else, Mr. Lee.
I'll just drown my sorrows in Iron Man comics. He likes to drink like I like to drink.
That's true. Wink.
Wink.
That's it.
That's it.
Go. Gohan, maybe love is where you least expect. And right in front of you. Or beside you. That's right. Go on a date with Erasa.
Yeah, just go on a date with Erasa.
Just
Hell, go on a date with Sharpener. I want to see what he's all about.
yeah. What's his? He seems like a dick,
Yeah.
but also kind of nice. I don't know.
But when you take him to a romantic movie, is he going to be like, oh, Gohan sleeping? That's cute.
Is he gonna tuck you in?
Yeah. Going to put his jacket over you? And not wake you up until the next screening's about to start?
Yeah. He's just gonna stay in there until it starts back up from when you fell asleep, and then he's gonna wake you up.
And we're getting to it. Sharpener, a gentleman. Angela, pervert.
And we're gentlemen, so we must cordially dip out from this podcast episode. Thank you for listening. If you want to talk to us, do it. I fucking dare you. You can write to us.
We dare you. I actually do have some comments that came through the social wire.
Okay.
That I can read. Price is Right on Instagram a little while ago. Sorry. Oh, Hole Punch? That's my man. I miss Hole Punch so much. I hope he's okay. He really liked that line. They really liked that line.
That was a fun run we did.
That was a fun run. Anyway, I'm shouting out Price is Right on Instagram for commenting, engaging with our content. We really appreciate it. It does help.
Thank you.
It helps. Believe you me. If you could be like Price is Right, some of our friends who like to hit us up on Instagram or hit us up in bluesky DMs, maybe that's where we can also accept your 1 minute roundups in the form of MP3 or a wave or something like that. Because we love hearing from y'all, just like we love our patrons over there on Patreon. If you want to support us monetarily, you can go ahead and throw us $3 redues a month, and you get access to the Dime a Dump, which is our Twitch live to tape podcast that we did covering Dragon Ball Daima as it aired. Mountains of our bonus catalog that you now have access to. And I should say that right now, Patreon is the only way you can watch, listen, or hang out and enjoy the Daima Dumps. Because copyrights won't allow us to do anything over there on YouTube. But you can also catch us on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. And thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out our past video game streams. I'm putting those up on YouTube these days. So you can watch all of our co-op playthrough of Split Fiction over there on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, we finished it.
We finished it, and it was a blast. We had a great time.
Split that fiction.
We split that fiction. And just like this episode, we did not get to kiss at the end.
I mean, you mentioned Patreon, and we got to give a shout out because we do have a new patron.
Woo!
So the name they are giving on Patreon is, haha, I love this silly show about the rubber boy. So thank you, haha, I love this silly show about the rubber boy. Crying emoji.
Yes, thank you, haha. I love this silly show about the crying boy. Laughing emoji. For your patronage.
That's wrong, but that's fine.
What? Haha.
I
love this show about
silly
the silly.
show.
Oh God.
Haha.
Haha.
I love this silly show.
I love this silly
rubber
show
boy.
about the rubber boy.
Crying emoji.
Crying emoji.
There we
Haha.
go.
I love this show about the crying boy.
Nope. Jesus Christ. Are you being obtuse on purpose now?
No.
It is almost 10 p.m.
It's almost 10 p.m. and I haven't eaten dinner.
Oh, no.
But I'm going to give it to me one more time. I'm going to get it this time.
Okay. Haha. I love this silly show about the rubber boy. Crying emoji.
Haha. I love this silly show about the rubber boy. Crying emoji. Thank you for becoming a patron.
Yes.
And we hope you enjoy all the good patron stuff that's on there.
Oh, we're going to use this. Vince is going to use this patron money to have a delicious meal.
I am. I'm going to have a good meal. And you're going to have a good
$3
time.
slices, baby.
Hey, 3 $1 slices because I got nothing to live for. But you can also, if you enjoyed this, you will enjoy the Moonshot Network of podcasts. So head on over to moonshotpods.com and subscribe to all those lovely podcasts. And thank you for Moonshot's patronage and for being our moon base and our home away from home as we podcast to the stars. Let's not forget Aaron's other podcast, Thinking Too Hard About Anime. Y'all are talking about what now? What did I hear on the wire?
It's a new season. We're talking about OVAs or OVAs, and the new season is called OVA Easy.
Ooh, you hit me right. You hit me right in the jejunum that is my pun spot.
But yeah, the first episodes are going to be about Fully Cooley, and we're going to cover a wide range of original video animations, a nice grab bag this season. So come check it out.
Here's a little sting for you guys if you want it. If you and Noah would like Hayes.
That's pretty good. Look, is that going to be a drop?
Just a little drop. Just a little drop for you.
For the zoo crew.
For the zoo crew and for the you crew, the listener you crew, we gotta get you out of here. We gotta wrap this up the only way we know how. So whether or not you are neglecting to put contacts in your purple eyes on a roof, or you're scanning water tanks on a roof, you gotta keep fighting. Fidel, I found it. The Riz King. He's at Costco. Sending you the location.
Oh, I know where Costco is. That's where I get my double chocolate chunk cookies.
Boom! Hurry, Fidel. He's already booming.